I think that we can start like step by step. Mm, the only thing that I want to announce that this session is the number 5. Yes, I think, because in previous ones we covered the topics, the 5 blocks of Mkiz. It was at Biotel, was it like basics, connection? We talked about connection and adaptation. We talked about
Musical.
Musicality,
mhm, and something else was there.
body control.
Body control, yes. We talked about all these things. So the fifth one that we missed till the moment, it's like dynamics. And today we shall talk about, and then from the next week we shall miss the session because Albir will be traveling also. And from the 15th of August, we shall start with a new, let's say, new approach, and we shall announce you what we are preparing for you. So today we have the last session with the same mode, let's say, and then we shall give you some updates how it will be in the future. It will be a bit different, but interesting. So, yeah, Albir, you can start about the dynamics. Tell us what you prepared.
Okay. I, well, thank you for being here, all of you. Thank you for participating as well. It's 1:35 here in Vietnam, Hanoi. So thank you very much. I'm going to sleep. Bye. So yeah, no, it's we made it. The connection in here is a little bit not stable, so maybe at some point I will be froze or might. So just let me know, and that's it. So about dynamics, um, for me is the topic that is the more in these 5 blocks finishing very well related with the fusion, because having the roots, having the basics, if you apply dynamics, you will create different vibrations, different energies from those basics, and you can create with just simple dynamics. Dynamics are going to be the key for creation, and we can add, because of the evolution of Kizomba, we started to talk about dynamics sometimes without don't knowing the dynamics we are using. We started with slow motion, and the 3 main ones for me are slow motion, touch, and contratempos, what people they call syncopations. But that was when we started fusion. Now we have elevations when the people raise the legs. We have the hooks that they come mainly from tango. We have turn patterns that they come from all the bachata, salsa, Brazilian zouk, etc. So we can add, and it's going to be a continuation, an evolution still with dynamics. There are the slides that we use and the circles as well as the tango, the eights, and we create different dynamics, but applying them to the roots. For example, one of basics. We talk about basics, but imagine woman saida. Woman saida, if we finish as we were talking in the last class, is 1-2. But if we finish, we can. Sorry, if we continue the woman saída, we can do touch. Continuing the woman saída, we can do slow motion. We can do contratempo. But also we can create in the woman saída either elevations, eights, hooks. So we are allowed to, from that starting position, create dynamics. So those dynamics are going to evolve because of the new teachers, the new trends, the new methodology. Now imagine a Brazilian Zouk dancer is more into kizomba. That person, that teacher, female, male, will bring also a little bit of that vibe of Brazilian Zouk into the kizomba, and maybe it's going to create a new trend. So dynamics are one of the main keys for fusion.
That's all.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so tell us about some examples. How can we use dynamics in on the practice?
In the individual practice, we can use a lot of dynamics. As we said, three main ones: touch, syncopation, slow motion. My favorite one is slow motion. Slow motion because if you have a control of the elasticity in your body, you will have the control of the axis, of the weight transfer, of the interpretation, of the balance. How can you, in the listening? So slow motion for me is my first one. Touch create the dynamic of using the energy of the point of execution will bring an energy of changing the direction, going to another place. When you touch, imagine when you when you walk, because you seen, sorry for this, have you seen those people that they crash into a glass, and then in your phone you're like, how they couldn't see the glass? Well, it happened to me. I just completely ate the glass. So my energy, this is the glass, my energy was going this way. I crash, but what happened? You have goof. So I bounce from that position, from that hit. The moment you use that touch, this energy, you can use it to go to another place, to execute more things. So you have an energy that if you don't lose, is going to be a benefit for something else. That's why when we explain the touch, you can lock the touch, or you can use the energy of that spring to do something different. And that something different is changing orientation, changing direction, for example. So when you do that touch, then I can walk backward. Touch, I can walk forward. See, you have an energy that you can use in benefit of something else. And the contratempo is the agility of being faster in a general way. But you need to have a very good activation control, because if you are loose, I mean, if I explain
Cook spaghetti.
exactly, if I use the energy from the core. Okay, if I don't have control in my arms, the energy that is coming from this position, my arms are like boiled spaghettis. Okay, they are going to fly. So, but I want to create something from here. So I control and I can go down. So I create stability and control in my body to create from that speed. If I want to do uh, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, if I'm loose, 1 and 2, 3 and I'm going to not controlling my body, but I can do one control. That's activation because of the contratempo, that syncopation, is going to allow me to have more consciousness in the activation of my body. And the activation of my body is one of the main, as well, one very important part of the leading and the following. If a follower does not control the core system with activation, the structures are not going to be. That person is not going to be allowed to feel the information in a fast way. As a leader, if I don't have the control of that speed, I cannot do those activations. I cannot do those contratempo. Plus, the information I'm going to give to that person is not going to be on time. It's not going to be precise. Yeah. So yeah, that's it mainly. Any questions till this position?
If nobody, or still while uh, people will prepare the questions, I have a question. How can we train the touch? Because I know by my practice also, for example, sometimes for me it was really difficult to make the touch, and I had to train it also, as you did. Yeah.
The connection cuts and I didn't listen to the question. Sorry.
Is it okay now?
I can see you, but everyone is frozen. So it's my connection. Wait.
He's coming back, don't worry. Three, two, one.
You also can answer.
What?
You also can answer.
Train the touch, but first I need to know what's attached for you.
For example, the touch to the side with the most common touch to the back or to the side.
Yeah, because we now have the approach of if you do a touch, as Albir said, you need to bounce back and go to another position if the leader changes your direction. Or if you do a touch but the direction is not changed, you need to go from where you started. Yes? So you can practice with music doing touches to one side and to another, but having in your consciousness that bouncing back from where you came. Yes?
Show.
So let me see if you can see. So if you're doing touch or maybe touch, you need to go back from where you came. But if I do a touch and my direction is changed, okay, for because of the leader, then I will practice that. You can practice with an imaginary leader, okay? You play music and you're like, okay, I do touch, going back, touch, going back. Then I want to go front, front, back. I can walk more, touch. Then I walk more, backwards, touch. But always bouncing back, not touch and then I stay. if you stay, it's because the leader it's telling you to stay and it's blocking that intention because they want to do something else, body control or change of direction as well. Yeah. So this is the way you can practice.
But this is
Okay,
not
and
with the whole way or for the bounce.
Sorry, it
Sorry?
was like cut.
Sorry for the bounce, as you said, the like the stop, the block. This is not with the
Yes,
whole weight. It's just like 80% maybe, something like this.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, because if I'm doing a touch and they stop the intention, I can't put all my weight. They decide if they want to go back or change that leg with not all the weight in it, or they want to put all the weight in the leg that I was doing the touch. So that's why I need to have as a follower that control.
Yeah.
But as well, the leader needs to know the precise moment where to stop. Because then if he stops me and I'm just going back, he's late. It's gonna be like a moment, you know? Did I explain myself?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to because if I try to describe it with a bounce, I know
Yes.
that some people go on it with the whole weight. That's why I wanted to say it also for the other ones.
Yeah. No, don't. No, it's without the whole
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah. Okay.
I.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did Albir come back?
I'll be
I
just
don't
waiting
know.
for it to come back.
I see it's here, but I can't hear.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh yeah, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I listen to everything.
Okay. Yes, I will pin you. So yes, about
Thank you.
what? About the touches. Okay, so Natalia explained us, and so for me, for example, as you talked about this dynamic, so even slow motion, it's very connected with musicality. Yes. So dynamic is the most connected part with the and dynamic and musicality. Let's say that they are most two connected parts. Yes, or not?
Uh, yes, but also body control is very connected to musicality. Everything is connected to musicality, to the music. I mean, the interpretation, the energy, the vibration, the fluidity, yeah, is connected. But it's true that if you use, I think that now I understand what you're saying. If you use the dynamics with the musicality and the right instruments, they will have more meaning. They will have more purpose to do those dynamics with the musicality. Imagine you're going to make an eight. What I mean with eight. Oops, we cannot see.
It,
No, no, I know. What I mean with eights is the eights 1 and 2 and 3. You understand, right? You
six.
understand, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if I do that eight with the violin, this is my violin. If you don't know, okay, it will have a purpose to do that eight. If you do a touch with the tun 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 ka, tun 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 ka, you do tun 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 ka, tun 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 ka. You can do tun 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 ka, tun 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 ka. It makes the dynamic, in this case touch, look better and have a meaning, like a really nice meaning with the music. But as well with the slow motion, if I do tum tum ka, it will also fit good with the music. Everything with the music is better.
Okay, but for example, if we are like beginners, so we don't still available to connect all these parts like musicality, dynamics, and I don't know, like even basics. So like they are a bit separate for us, yes, because we are making this Mkiz training step by step in order to connect all these things together. But what will be your advice to how we can practice on the dance floor to connect this? What will be the first we are based on, and what one by one we can switch on to the dance? Because like difficult to do it at one moment altogether. The algorithm, let's say. Difficult question.
I'm organizing the words in my brain. First, to practice in the social dance, it's a little bit risky, but it can be done. In my opinion, you need to also have a previous practice, so you will be more confident to apply that energy on the dance floor. But as a leader, in the terms of that approach, I feel that you start from the simple thing. Less is more. So if you do one and then you're going to add, you cannot do hope you can do everything at the same time. For me, it's complicated. But to do at least three of them, two of them is enough, I think. So you combine musicality with body control, or body control with dynamics, or dynamics with musicality. Well, everything it's I say as I said before with musicality, but you can practice previously and then apply simple things from the way you train into the dance. So you are in in your comfort zone, and what you are doing with that simple practice is to create a bigger comfort zone. So you are allowed to to be more free in that space, and you put simple things, that space is going to get bigger for a follower. As you are receiving the information, you are, if you use windows and you don't interrupt the leader's leading, you can apply that musicality also if it has a purpose, those dynamics, those body control. Sometimes, for example, Sandra, she knows how to do that very good. Natalia can do that very good. If I do an elevation and the elevation is on 7, imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elevation. But the music after that 7 is 7 silence 1. So Natalia knows that she knows the music, or she felt the musicality on my side as a leader. So I will go on that elevation. This one is better on that elevation on 7, and she can go down 8 and then can do 1 again, or 7 and 8 to be in the same position. It's better 7 and 8. So the 1 is going to be the execution of the leader. But if she's using that silence, so she can do pop, 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 sorry, 7, 8, and, or 7, 8, 7 and 8, sorry, 7 and 8. And I will, as a leader, it doesn't affect me because she used that momentum to create a dynamic for herself, because she applied a good musicality, a good window, and a good balance technique with that axis, because she didn't change the weight. So when I want to start as a leader, I will start with the same foot, and it's not going to affect me in the dance floor, for example. But you need to be careful. My advice is to create a previous practice before in an individual way. That will help.
Okay, so yes, the question, Alaji, you can talk.
Yeah. So the question on using this energy from the ground to change the direction that Natalia was showing, does the steps has to be a bit bigger, or can you also do it if you are taking smaller steps, but use this dynamicity to change direction? Is that clear?
¿Quieres contestar? Yeah, sorry.
So you're asking if you can change the size of the steps.
No, the direction. For example, this is Albir's video in Malaga. I took the time also. If you see that he does this direction change with Rocio with bigger step, and then he does like kind of 180-degree turn. If you open that, I stopped it right there, so he gets it, what I mean.
Yeah, I know which step.
Yeah, so that then there you took a bigger step to do the direction change. When I tried it with a smaller step, I always had a problem because somehow I felt I don't have enough access to rotate with.
Yeah, yeah. But as you are saying, I mean, in my brain now is, as when I do the touch, I need to know the amount of weight I need to bring to that leg that is going to do the touch. So she can be precise. In this case, Natalia can be precise to come back in the right timing, no? So as I have the approach of that weight transfer, I also have the approach of which is the distance that I need to use in that range, in that margin, to make her touch and come back fast. Good? So I know that the distance is from here to here, okay? So that she can do a touch and come back. Good? If I want to do that 180 turn, if I use the same position, maybe she will try to come back and I will not have that engagement to the floor. So if I do it and execute a little bit longer, what I'm doing, and do the plie, that's what I did with Rocio, my feeling, my energy will be a little bit more grounded. So the base support with the principal touch is like this, but making the bigger step, my base support is going to be bigger, so she will not have time to react to come back by herself. So my approach is that the base support is bigger, so she will be more grounded to create that change of energy from that plie position. And the axis, as I create a base support, a bigger base support, the stability is going to be more not more
More
precise, but it's going
ground.
to be more comfortable in that
Mm.
yes, in that approach. Because if she wants to come back, meanwhile I do that, I will lose my balance and it's not going to work. But if I extend that base support, because I know how she is going to work, so I create a little bit extra to say, no, we are going to stay in here and execute the step, because of that extra that I control, because I know her margin, I know her range, I know that weight transfer.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Abdel. Uh, if any questions, please, you can talk and write. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so it's Benjamin. So yeah, I had the same issue when I tried to date. I when I tried to do the 180 in small steps, it really didn't go. I completely lost my balance together with my follower, and then I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? So I went back to your videos and I was like, okay, you show like bigger steps. So I went to try it again, but using the bigger steps, and indeed, it's completely different. You have more balance and it goes more smoother as well. So yeah, it's true. It's bigger steps at that moment. Then
Mhm. Nice. Yeah, because nice. Thank you for this. Yeah, because as wait, explaining that support base. Okay. Oh, you cannot see. Wait. Yeah. Explaining that support base. Okay. My support base in this moment is just this area, right? So if someone push me, I'm struggling more to fall. But if someone push me in here, I still have extra that allows me to be more engaged to the floor. So my support base is bigger. So if I do the the 180 in this position, okay, I will struggle a little bit more with that base, that support base, main of the axis. But if I extend that center, if my support base is here, center of gravity is around here. If I move a little bit extra, my a little bit bigger, as you said, my center of gravity is here. So I have more support base and the stability is going to be better in this position. So I need to extend and create a little bit longer that step as you both says. But I hear Benjamin. Yeah.
So, okay, it's clear. Um, what I want to ask you about, also maybe you can give us all the feedback about the exams of the people, not like exams, we call it exams, but actually videos with the like exercises. Because we have now some of them, like people already started to send the videos, and maybe you have like common advices for those who already did it and for those who will do it like in the nearest future.
Yeah. First, thank you for again sending the videos. We talk about this. I have some news that I new videos that I need to check. For example, Lisa also that is around. I receive it in these days, so I will do it soon. But the previous ones, in general, is for example the one thing that is happening, the isolations, the way you move, divide the upper body with the lower body and create the awareness of not moving some parts of the body, because if I move my hips, I have the control of my hips, but I'm not aware that my body is doing this. So I need to control that groove. I can stop. So then I'm going to be more conscious about, okay, that energy is coming up. And so the awareness of that extra energy that you have. So isolations, it happens in, in most of those that practice. Um, the control of the the how small or big can be the steps. Normally, we want to the awareness is to be big, but sometimes the control we're talking about that control is different to do For example, the exercise that we had, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I extend too much, my hips are going to go to the side. But if I have do it smaller with a little bit more of control, it's going to be fine, better, sorry. For example, the control of the line. Now you can see that that's diagonal. So I need, even though I go to the side, I try to keep the line and not going into the diagonal. These kind of little details. And these details are important because if you control that in an individual way, then the execution in partnership is going to be better. Because if I do this with a partner, it's diagonal, it's not going to work too much. But in the line, it's going to work, and in a little position, it's going to be also more into that system of micro movements that we like also to do in the dance floor. So the awareness of that isolation. And then also the slow motion. There were some uh, the fast intention was there in some, for example, in the basics, the way the transfer of the weight, it can be a little bit more elastic, more calm. But in general terms, as I told most of you, it's good that the practice, and to see that you are working is very nice. Very nice. There is, well, it was I will tell Joseph that is here. I very, for example, that slow motion, that process of elasticity. There's some also very nice details, and in this case, I remember this intention of Joseph with the slow motion. It was very nice to see that control in the execution of the balanza. I remember it was one balanza and slow motion, balanza and slow motion, the exercise. That slow motion was very good. And I'm just remind because we were talking about the slow motion and how it goes fast. But in this case, also there are very, very nice things. Very nice things. So yeah, nice work.
So, okay, so thank you for the advices and your feedback. In general, now everybody who will send the videos will get the feedback. But we decided, because we had some questions about if you have something to, let's say, to work on again, do you need to send us again the videos and so on and so on. We decided not to do it because it's okay, you have the feedback and you can continue with the course. The only thing that we are preparing now, that's the second season, so it will be launched soon. And we are still waiting for the other students because, as you know, like it's all for us is the beginning of the project, and we are trying to combine all these things together in order to move forward also together. So because of that, we ask about of patience, and soon we shall open the second season, and we are waiting for the other videos also. So I don't know if nobody have any questions, so we can even trying to finish now, or you have to say something, Albir, Natalia, others. Yes, no.
Just thank you for being here and for supporting us.
Okay, so Balaji wants to ask something else.
Yes, since there is time, I'll ask one more question. This PA, or the dynamic rotation, it works very well if we are in a closed frame. But does it also work with the open frame? Whenever I tried, I had trouble to change the direction, unless if I do cha-cha-cha, I mean syncopation to change, it works, but not with this PA.
What? Not with what?
Not with the this 180-degree change that you showed.
In this case, the 80 degrees is not going to, well, you can do it, but in a different, in distance, in a different approach. The concept of that 80 degrees, 180 degrees, is to both try to do it in the same line. Okay, so I'm facing my partner in this position, so the approach of doing in the same line. But if I go out of the line, we can do it as well. Just it's going to be a little bit more easier because I don't have to keep the same line, neither the same axis. She has more her axis, him or her, and I have mine. So the balance, we are not going to struggle on the balance because the frame is there, so I can still change with the line of my shoulder. So the distance make it a little bit easier. I don't have to share in that very close position the center, the balance, the axis. So it's going to be a little bit easier, but you can try. It can be done. You can try. It can be done. And then, for example, I was going to put another example and I forgot. No, I was going to say it works also in distance, but having the awareness, let's call it the bubble, no? If I have a closed bubble, the closed radio as a 180 degrees, we need to be more aware of the axis. Well, we are aware of the axis, etc. But in my opinion, as we have close position, I have more control. If the follower is also having the approach of looking for me. If I have distance, okay, if we are here, the axis is going to be, in my opinion, handled, more well handled. Okay. Now, imagine, let me see if I can do this in here. Okay. So we are here. This in the dance couple, when we are in a frame in an open position, so we have more space. This is going to be the space, no? So we have more space. We need to have the awareness of, if we work in this position, okay, forwards and leaders, we still need to keep this distance, or try to keep this distance, the same position. ¿Aló? ¿Aló, aló, aló?
Ahora sí,
¿Aló? ¿Ya?
creo que sí para...
Good? Okay, good. If this is the leader and we don't frame, we are going to lose the axis. We are going to lose that energy that has to be there. So we need to be careful about those margins. It can be possible, but depending on the margin, the distance, and what you want to create. ¿Se me escuchó?
Se te fue la imagen. Se te fue la imagen ahora. Do you see him?
¿Aló?
No, no te vemos. No te vemos. Ahora sí.
¿Aló? ¿Aló?
Pero ahora estás congelado.
Pero yo estoy aquí.
Y yo aquí, pero no. Hola. Está en slow
¿Aló?
motion.
¿Aló?
Ah,
¿Hola?
escuchado, pero ahora.
Ahora, okay. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. So yeah, it's important to control the margins, okay? The distance as well.
Okay, thank you. So, Patricia wanted to ask something, and we will finish probably. Tatiana also. Patricia?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me? Yes, perfect. Okay. So first, I hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, it's not about this topic. So I would like to know because I have thoughts about your last live, what you're saying about planning after the Connection Festival. So in general, would you or could you imagine to organize your own Mkiz retreats or festivals in the future? And not only with Kizomba, but also with yoga, meditation, and artists like Wenda to open consciousness further?
Yes, yes, but uh, ah, okay. We will be honest with this. That's but you don't say to anyone. Don't say to anyone. Keep this information for you, please. Okay. We want to do it, and that's one part of the project, because as I think as you feel, some of you were traveling, and it's hard to travel sometimes. It's hard to pack to go to the airport to go this, and you are tired, and then the festival, not sleeping, going back, then work. So doing this now for a lot of years and every weekend is tiring, but we want to create this Mkiz, what we call it Mkiz blended Mkiz experiences, and we want to do it in different parts of the world. The problem that we have, that we are trying to solve, is the how you call the legal part, because as we want to bring this no concept, because some people they do this as well, but we want to do it as well. We want to present this project to people, and we still are afraid that when we present this to some people abroad and to create some this of what you are saying, Patricia, outside, they will say no, thank you very much, well, we are not interested, and then they copy the idea and do exactly the same. So we are in this legal part thinking how to do it, because we need to share the information with them. And the part is, when we do and put the information on the table, the whole system, we don't want that people they just steal the idea. So we are now thinking about this legal part, how to manage in a good way, so it will not be exposed to someone create from there, because we believe that it can be really nice to mix everything. There are some dances that they are doing that, some styles of dances that they are doing that already, and it's very nice to see. That's why I'm getting more interested in Brazilian Zouk, because they have these retreats. I have a good friend, and he's going to take now. He's going to be in August in there, taking a retreat with. I just try to get to know. Just try to get to know. Feel them. Yeah, yeah. Ivana, I don't know. I didn't understand, but well.
A lo mejor se refiere a que tienes que sentir si tienen intenciones malas o buenas.
Okay, but yeah, but I prefer to do it in a legal way. In a legal way, like sign a contract of confidentiality when we expose and everything, because they are good people, but they are not good people as well. And if they I think this idea is good. I said they are doing Brazilian Zouk, and it's working very, very, very nice to make these retreats. And my friend also is going to be there. That's why also I'm coming to Bali next week, and in December also staying to learn more about this, so we can be good when we start to export this idea, create a franchise. Yes, we're thinking. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, yeah. We are looking for the right path. We have the idea. We have the concept. We have the organization, everything, but we don't want to bring this energy out, this information outside, because we don't have the legal part. But we will do. Thank you, Patricia.
Coming.
Yeah.
Nunca me funciona.
You have to blow there, Natalia.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Es
Never
que no te
works.
tienes, es que no lo puedes mover, tienes que dejarlo estático. No.
Okay, you have to train for the next session.
Patricia, like, get out.
Okay, so
I'm a
the last
professional.
question from Benjamin, and we shall finish.
I'm a professional now. I'm a professional.
So
Question.
Benjamin, tell us.
Yeah, magician.
Okay. So yes, let's finish.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I was
So
trying to turn off the Bluetooth from my car actually. Um, yeah, so my question is, for example, just a small part of myself is that I found out about Kizomba about 3 years, almost 4 years ago. And it took me a time to really understand a part of it and then feel the music and connect myself as well with the music and followers. But as I learned that, I fell in love with kizomba, and uh, salsa was my first. Then bachata was my second. Bachata sensual was my first. Then and now kizomba is like my thing. Now my question to you, Albir, is when how did you come to kizomba? So when did you found when did you find kizomba, and what made you fall in love with it?
Oh,
but
wow.
in brief.
Yeah.
We do a real stories about this.
Once upon a time, no. So
More briefly.
no, so I will try to be fast, but it's not going to be fast, but I will try. This is a fiction story about it as well. Yes, as well, a little bit of that. But I was giving uh, Latin dances class. It was on Fridays, and this Latin class you have salsa, bachata, merengue, and I had a student from Portugal, and he asked me if we don't do kizomba. I said no. Next Friday, he brought me music in love. I remember even the song. I like it from Kecha. Tung ting. I don't have it in here. I don't know.
Mine is Magico from Mika Mendes.
Uh, yeah, I can. That song also is one of them. I don't have it in here, but yeah. So he brought music, and I was like, oh, this is like R&B. It sounds to me at that moment like R&B, and I was like, we can do this in couple. Boom. But then music was the first thing, and then the way that it's in couple, and then when I went to Portugal, because there were just two places, two countries that I were doing more at that time that I know. It was Portugal and France. I went to Portugal, and then I fell in love with the music, with the environment, with the teachers, because I started to meet, and mainly my main mentor, that was Kwenda, that is Kwenda still. He made me see Kizomba in a different way, and also it helps me. Kizomba helped me a lot in my life, a lot. When I say also that slow motion is my main dynamic, also for life. It's not just about the technique, but to stop and to enjoy the little things and the elasticity in your life. Is everything, no, about slow motion in every single aspect. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy the process. Be patient. Be comprehensive. All in this slow motion process. So yeah, and it was because of Kwenda that I learned all of this. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Albir,
Thank
for your
sorry
answers.
and thank you, Benjamin, for the question as well.
Yes, thank you everybody for your presence, for your support. So we are expecting that you will be more active in our social media also, because we need your reports, supports, answering the questions, and so on, so on. So we need your feedback. And yes, so the next session we shall miss for the next week, but we shall keep you informed about the updates and so on. Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this in public before talking to you, but maybe I will try. Maybe we can do next week. I can try, so we can tell you in advance. We can try to do that.
Yes, if you will be available. Yes.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will try to, because I will be, don't know, still traveling that day, but I will confirm next week when I'm there. Okay.
Okay, we shall see, and we shall keep the people update. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Or
Perfect.
now a chance. Yes. So thank
Good.
you very much for everybody, Albir, Natalia, and see you probably next week,
Yeah.
and if not, like week after. You're great in it already.
Yeah. I'm very good. Look, look, look. I'm very good. Oh, Alison, nice.
Okay, so thank you and see you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Love you. Ciao. Ah, look, Alison, you see?
Bye bye. Good night.
She didn't want. Ciao, ciao. Enjoy. Good week to everyone. Bye.